morning, everybody. Well, today we're making another kind of chocolate cake. Chocolate cakes come in many flavors. This is milk chocolate cake. There's dark chocolate. There's many kinds of chocolate cake you can make. And this is in honor of a play I did in 1971, Once Upon a Mattress. It was a high school production. I was in the ensemble. Here's another picture. And the guy who played the lead was absolutely one of those guys that all the women seem to adore. His name is Bob, and this is also going to be in his honor. So we're making milk chocolate cake today. I'm adding in my sugar. You take this over here. Make sure you always remember the sugar, because one time, I'm not saying when it happened, I forgot to add sugar, and oh, it tasted hideous. I'm adding in 2 cups of sugar. The sugar is what makes the cake taste really yummy. Without the sugar, folks, you don't really have much of a chocolate cake or any kind of cake. It tastes horrible. I'm now adding in 1 3/4 cup of flour. Well, Once Upon a Mattress was a fun show many, many years ago that I did in high school. 1 3/4 cup of flour. And I still remember it, like it was yesterday. Here we go. Here we go. All right. I'm now going to add in my cocoa. I'm adding in 3/4 cup of cocoa. You know, folks, I believe I have a 3/4 cup. Just remember that. Yes, I do. It's a little bit smaller than a cup, but not much. I'm adding in 3/4 cup of Hershey's cocoa. Now, milk chocolate gets its name for a reason, folks. The reason is that you add milk to it. A lot of chocolate cakes, you don't add milk to it. 3/4 cup of cocoa. Let me get rid of this. We're going to go to the powder and the soda. You have to remember, when you make a cake, you have to add in everything, or it just isn't going to come out. You know that. I'm now going to do the powders. I'm adding in 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder. Let me make sure this is clean. I got a little cocoa on it. You know, if I make a vanilla cake next time, I don't want to accidentally get cocoa in it, so let's just make sure this is clean. Okay. 1 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. Make sure, yep. You have to do it the right way, or it will not come out. I can tell you that. And now we're adding in the soda. Okay. 1 1/2 teaspoons of soda. Make sure this is right. Yep. 1 1/2 teaspoons of soda. Now, what we're going to do now is I'm going to make a well, and then we're going to go to the wet. You have to make sure, folks, no matter what, I also have to get my mix master. Give me a second. Let's mix this up together. Let me get my mix master. In the morning, I'm not awake. Glad I added the sugar. Can you imagine if I didn't add the sugar, what would have happened to this cake? This is going to be done later. The cake would have been horrible. Without the sugar is what makes the cake. Come on, you little devil. But anyway, doing Once Upon a Mattress was a thrill. Many years ago in high school. I was actually in the ensemble, and I was absolutely thrilled to be in this show, because not everybody made it. You have to have talent to get into this guy's shows. I did a lot of high school shows with him, and it was one show I do remember. Had a lot of friends. I had a friend named Denise, Bob, tons of friends. And clearly, a lot of them passed away, you know, very young age. Look how beautiful this is coming along, nice and smooth. Okay. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to add in my wet ingredients. I'm going to take my eggs. I'm going to make a well here. A little well. I'm going to add in 2 eggs. I'm going to add in, this is oil-based, folks. I'm adding in, it got its name milk chocolate for a reason. I'm adding in milk. I'm going to add in a whole cup of milk. That's why it's called milk chocolate cake. Milk. Use whole milk, okay? Taste is the best kind of milk to use. I'm also adding in a 1/2 cup of oil. And then we're going to mix it together. But also remember, folks, add in the water. Without the water, it will not come out. I can tell you that. So, camera lady, please remind me. I'm not awake yet. And mix this together. I also have to plug it in. It would help. I remember one time I was doing Once Upon a Mattress. I forgot a very important prop. Never forgot that. There we go. Okay, this is very smooth, but I'm going to add in some water. Now, it says about a cup, but you don't have to add in a whole cup. I would say about 3/4 cup would be more than enough. There we go. Alright, it's very loose batter, folks. It's supposed to be loose. Now we're going to flour the cake pans and we're going to bake it for about 15-20 minutes. Let's just move this over here. Yeah, but I remember doing this play like it was yesterday. It was so much fun. Oh. You know, we kind of had a bad night last night. All of us did. Oh, one of those nights. One of those horrible nights. Oh. Alright. I'm going to leave it in just a second. Just keep flouring this pan because we don't want to have to stick it. That's okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my spatula. Where did I put that spatula? I had it here. Here it is. Wash it off. And I'm going to put the batter into the cake pans. Like I said, there's many ways of making chocolate cake, folks. There's dark chocolate, there's German chocolate, every kind of chocolate you can make. But I like milk chocolate. I don't know, it really tastes a lot. I really like the milk chocolate, that's my favorite. Okay. Get a little bit out on the bottom, not to worry. Everything is mixed together because we don't want to take any chance to have any flour. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pop this in the oven and bake it for about 50 minutes. For a milk chocolate cake, to get rid of some of the butter. Now, sometimes when you make a butter frosting, you get stuck with butter and you don't know what to do with it. Okay. I'm using a milk frosting, milk chocolate frosting loaded with butter. Missy would love this. I don't know why this butter keeps showing up for folks. Just don't know why. Cover that up a little bit more. There we go. Keep mixing it and mixing it with that butter because it's not that it's going to taste bad, but it's not very attractive when you keep seeing clumps of butter, folks. Let's get rid of that. Here we go. Okay, let's get rid of this butter. I don't know where it's coming from, folks. Ugh. Anyway, this is a milk chocolate cake in honor of Once Upon a Mattress. I'm going to spread this out a little bit more. It was 1972, a high school play that I was in. And here we have a delicious, wonderful milk chocolate cake from Deborah Waite's Home Country Kitchen. Have a great day. Please subscribe to our wonderful YouTube channel.